Across the screen's part 11, final part, Lina returned with her daughter, who was a bit surprised to see Alex and Rohan. Lina introduced them as her friends, and her daughter, excited to meet new people, especially since she rarely saw anyone outside their small village, was happy to spend time with them. They all spent a few hours together at Lina's house, talking and getting to know each other. Before leaving, Alex and Rohan assured Lina they would return within a week. As they left, Lina felt a wave of relief. The truth was finally out, and she was surprised by how things had unfolded. She couldn't believe Sophie had gone to such lengths, even knowing Lina was pregnant. But now, Lina felt a sense of peace. Looking at her daughter, she realized how important it was for her to have a relationship with her father. Lina also began to miss her family deeply. It had been so many years since she left home, and now she felt it was time to reconnect and introduce her daughter to her roots. Meanwhile, Alex and Rohan left the country with a shared purpose to confront Sophie and finally bring closure to the past. When Alex returned home, he was greeted by the sight of all the wedding preparations in full swing. Sophie, excited to see him, rushed over, but Alex's expression was serious. He told her they needed to talk, but Sophie, brushing off his tone, said there was nothing urgent to discuss and that they could talk after the wedding. Determined, Alex called Rohan into the room. The moment Sophie saw Rohan, her face paled and fear crept into her eyes. "Rohan, what is this?" she asked, her voice trembling. Alex, confronting Sophie, said, "I know everything. I know the truth about what you did." Tears welled up in Sophie's eyes as she tried to plead with Alex. "Will you at least listen to me?" But Alex, with pain in his voice, replied, "There's nothing left to listen to. I never imagined you would do something like this to me and hide the truth for so many years." Rohan then revealed everything to Sophie, laying bare the deceit and manipulation that had torn their lives apart. Sophie, overwhelmed with guilt and sadness, admitted, "Alex, I don't know why I did this to you. I have been madly and deeply in love with you since high school, but you never saw me as anything more than a best friend. When I found out about Lina, I felt so insecure, and I acted out of desperation. I don't know how to ask for your forgiveness, but please forgive me." Alex, filled with anger and sorrow, responded, "How can I forgive you, Sophie? Do you realize what you've done? You kept me away from my own daughter. She doesn't even know her father is alive. How could you be so cruel?" Alex, determined and resolute, told Sophie to stop the wedding preparations immediately. He asked her to pack her things and move out of his house. "I need to make an announcement to call off the wedding in the media and take care of a few other things," he said before leaving. He also told Rohan to stay at the house and make himself comfortable, assuring him that he would be back soon. Sophie, left in shock, didn't know how to react. The reality of the situation was sinking in, and she felt lost. Rohan, seeing her distress, tried to talk to her. "We shouldn't have done this, Sophie. It's our fault we lied, and the truth had to come out eventually. Stop lying to yourself and give yourself some time. You need to move on with your life and make a fresh start." With tears in her eyes, Sophie retreated to her room, packed all her belongings, and quietly left Alex's house. Lina knew she had to come clean with everyone, her colleagues, neighbors, and most importantly, her daughter. She gathered the courage to share the truth, telling them the whole story from the beginning to the end. She explained why she had kept the truth hidden for so long and asked for their forgiveness for the lies she had told. She also expressed her deep gratitude for the care and support they had given her and her daughter over the years. The revelation shocked everyone, but after hearing the full story, they were happy for her and understood her situation. They encouraged her to reconnect with her family, who must have been worried about her all these years. Lina decided that she would go and meet her family with Alex and their daughter, and finally reveal the truth to them. Her primary concern, however, was how to tell the truth to her daughter and how her daughter would react. It weighed heavily on her mind, but she knew it was something she had to do, and soon. Rohan spent a few days with Alex before they booked their flights. Rohan went home, and Alex headed straight to Lina and his daughter. When he reached Lina's house, he shared everything how he had confronted Sophie, called off the wedding, and now they could finally start their life together. Lina was still nervous about how to tell their daughter the truth, but Alex reassured her, confident that their daughter would be happy to know. Together, they sat down with their daughter and told her everything, without holding anything back. As they spoke, their daughter listened carefully and then surprised them by saying, "I knew my father was alive. I never believed the story about him dying, but I didn't want to ask questions and make Mummy sad." Their daughter's words brought tears to their eyes, and they were all overwhelmed with emotion, feeling a deep sense of relief and happiness. Alex pulled both Lina and their daughter into a tight hug, grateful that everything had finally worked out. He then told them that he wanted them to come live with him in Switzerland, where they could start fresh as a family. Before leaving the village, Alex took the time to thank all the neighbors and friends who had cared for Lina and their daughter over the years. As they made their way to Lina's family home, Lina couldn't shake the nerves. She wondered how her family would react to seeing her again after all these years and learning the truth about everything that had happened. The anticipation was overwhelming, but she knew it was a necessary step toward healing and moving forward together. When Lina, Alex, and their daughter arrived at Lina's parents' home, her mom and dad were shocked but overjoyed to see them. Tears flowed as they embraced Lina, overwhelmed with relief and happiness after so many years of wondering where she had gone and why she had left without an explanation. Lina sat down with her parents and shared the entire story, everything she had been through, and how she had recently reconnected with Alex. Now, they wanted to start their life together as a family. Her parents listened intently, and though they were saddened by the hardships Lina had endured, they were also grateful that things had worked out in the end. Lina's parents suggested that they get married before moving to Switzerland. Lina agreed, but she insisted on a small, intimate ceremony with just her family. They quickly prepared for the wedding, and at a simple yet beautiful ceremony, Lina and Alex were married, surrounded by those they loved most. With the wedding behind them, Alex, Lina, and their daughter prepared for their new life in Switzerland. They applied for visas, made all the necessary arrangements, and soon they were on their way to start their new chapter together. In Switzerland, they settled into their new home, finally able to live the life they had always dreamed of. Together, they built a happy and fulfilling life, filled with love, understanding, and the promise of a bright future. And so they lived happily ever after. The end. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe to hear the next part of the story.